In your opening testimony, you appeared to be, well, you were very clear in what you surmised to be happening here based on the information that you have. Could you elaborate a little bit more on why you think the Longest Ballot Committee is actually operating as a political party rather than as a protest group?
Well, you just have to look at your own political parties, and it doesn't matter which one you're a part of, Liberal, Bloc, NDP, Green, PPC, what have you. If someone wants to know more about your party, where do they go? They go to your centralized party website where you have all of your media. And the Longest Ballot, they were centralized on X, and now they're centralized on Blue Sky. Most of their media isn't there. They have random social media posts they put up there, but all of their formalized statements, political statements, and formal responses to even committee meetings, statements by the Chief Electoral Officer, they're all posted on the Marxist-Leninist Party website. So there's that. So they formalize all of that into one specific website. But where it really comes into play is they operate as if they're a political apparatus. They're talking to their candidates as if they're running across the country, but they're not. They're running in one riding. They give them all one direction. They're running under a single platform. They are...
Just to be clear, a political entity is only allowed to have one candidate on the ballot in each constituency. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So you believe that because they're either committing an offense by running more than one candidate, or they're failing to register as a party. Is that correct?
Correct. The main crux of it is a registered party is only allowed to run one candidate per riding. So they get around this by not being "quote unquote" registered. But
do you think a legitimate candidate gets 0, 1, or 2 votes in an election?
I think a legitimate candidate would be embarrassed to get that amount.
Interestingly, I've been personally quite frustrated since 2017 with the decision by a court in Alberta, which ironically, the witness that was here on behalf of the Longest Ballot Committee is suggesting that people outside of Parliament should be making rules. So here we've had a rule made by a judge in Alberta in 2017, somebody who's not a politician and has never likely run for it, appears to have no political experience whatsoever, has now made a decision to remove the $1,000 bond. I've often thought it was a mistake by the government at the time to not appeal that decision. Can you tell me more? The individual, the case was Kieran Shishkevich versus Canada in that particular case. Is there any relation between that Mr. Shishkevich and the one that testified here 2 days ago?
Sure, he's the brother of Thomas Shishkevich, and the biggest thing that jumped out at me in this decision is actually paragraph 23, where it says the applicant submits that while the deposit requirement is allegedly an attempt to deter frivolous candidates, it may well deter non-frivolous candidates who are not affluent. So,
does the Longest Ballot Committee, in your opinion, have anything but frivolous candidates?
No. Do
you think that, so obviously, from my perspective, this appears to be a well-orchestrated campaign that started well before the... and they knew that they would have to get that $1,000 bond removed, and actually were prepared to go to court. What does that suggest to you about political motivations and the actions of an actual political party?
Well, given the fact that they're trying to get all of the requirements removed, this seems to be a well-thought-out, orchestrated attempt to engage in this behavior in the first place. Because after he won this court challenge, did he run in the election? Not as a legitimate candidate. All of a sudden he teams up with the Rhinoceros Party and they start running these long ballots. And the biggest thing about this court challenge is this was him saying this is violating his Charter 3 rights. But now they're going on to violate the Charter 3 rights of people with disabilities and seniors across this country. And for people to say that this is a small issue, it is not. This is an issue that our forefathers fought for. Yeah. And we need to take that seriously.
Couldn't agree with you more. With all of the information that you have from the whistleblower, plus everything that we know in the public domain, is there anything that leads you to believe that the Longest Ballot Committee is actually just a protest, or are they operating with clear and decisive intent?
I think the fact that they couldn't even answer the chair's question about, okay, fine, let's accept that this is a protest. What's your solution? And they don't even have a thought-out solution, and then they've been doing this for 6 years. They haven't thought about that at all. This shows that they're not serious about an actual resolution, and this is just malicious intent.
Do you think
Thank
there?
you so
Okay,
much,
thank you, Chair.
Mr. Calkins. I did cut you off with 3 seconds left. I do
all right.
apologize. I'll give you 3 seconds more the next time.